Good morning, everyone. This is Mary. You're watching another little piece of my art, and here we are to wrap up the Purge-o-Rama video number 4 books. So I apologize, my throat is croaky. I'm starting to get a cough or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway. Also, I have 2 very stubborn dogs right there, and no matter what I do, they just do not want to move. So I'll try to work around them until they eventually get the hint and sort of move over. Okay, also, my last 2 videos turned off abruptly. I apologize for that. Apparently, I can only hold 33 minutes of video, so I will try to be mindful of that. Here I have, let's see, okay, let me move. Here I have Johanna Basford, Enchanted Forest. This is on my 10 books to finish list. So, excuse me, I have done quite a bit in here. And even though a lot of the pictures I don't like anymore, as far as what I've done on them, it would be a little silly to not keep this and just go ahead and finish it out. So we will put this on the to keep list. Now I've got A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol book. Let me see here. I actually don't think there's like 1 or 2 really cool pictures in here, but this is another book with the words, and I have quite a few of those already. I've kind of veered off away from this type of a book. The paper in these is really good though, but I do have the Dracula that I like really well. So, and this has a lot of small details for me that I can't see myself doing at this time. So I think I'm going to pass on A Christmas Carol. So we have 1 to the go pile. Sorry. Excuse me. Now we have Johanna's Christmas by Johanna Basford. This is more in keeping with what I'm looking for. One-sided, thicker paper that I can watercolor on with simpler images that won't be too taxing on my hand. I think I've only done like 2 pictures in this, so this Christmas book is enough to keep me going for years because I don't really color the Christmas too much. So we'll be keeping that one. Here I have a Beatrix Potter coloring book. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Trying to do this in the bed is difficult, but this is where all the books are. So this one I don't really care for too much. The only reason I've kept a hold of it is because it was handy to use for Easter pictures, but this one has a lot of mice in it, and I have a ridiculous fear of mice. It's like so mice heavy. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take out the 1 or 2. I think I did that one for Kits and Caboodles, Foxy February. I've done that one just in some watercolor. So I'll probably just take those out and then go ahead and pass this one on. I have, let me hold on to my phone here. I have Bram Stoker Dracula, and I actually have 2 copies of that, my old copy and my new copy. My new copy has nothing in it, so put that to the side. This is my original copy. It has a lot of bad colorings in it. There's some that were okay, but many of them were not good at all. So I still keep this copy though to test out like ideas that I have, like this one I did last year in October, and I had like an idea to do some squirting ink to look like, you know, like blood sprays. So I liked how that turned out. But it just gives me an idea of what I do and do not like or want to do in my nicer copy. So I'm going to still hang on to both of those copies. And now we have Edgar Allan Poe. I wanted this book for the longest time because I love the writings of Edgar Allan Poe. But here's one that I started. I just don't like all this tiny little, it's like every picture has tiny little details, and I can't see myself coloring these tiny little things anymore. Like even the houses and everything, it's just tiny. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep this one, guys, even though I really wanted it for a long time. It's just not going to work out for me, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Now I have William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Again, this is a similar thing with the small details and whatnot. And yeah, there's a few nice pictures in here that I really like the looks of, but back again to doing these small details. I just can't picture myself doing it at this point in time. It's just so many pages of small details. There's some good, bigger things, and I did do the Capulet crest, and I started on the Montague crest. Oh, and then I did the whole thing of the city of, quit it a little bit. Hey, I did the whole city of Verona here. But yeah, it was, you can't see it in the camera, but look at all that. It's just a lot of small details, and I just don't feel up for that anymore. So I think that one's going to go. Quit. All right, you guys, I got to figure out something to do with this sliding camera here. Hopefully we won't have that problem again. Now I have Wuthering Heights. This is another one of those, but the pictures, there's some close-up portraits that are rather interesting, like that. It does have some small details to it as well, but overall, it has some of these bigger ones that I think I'd like to practice watercoloring on. And then, I can always change my mind later if I want to give it up. But I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and keep Wuthering Heights. Okay, now we have Inspired Coloring Nature. I love this book. I like the paper. I like the texture of the paper. There's nothing slicky about this paper at all. So yeah, I don't know. I like this one. I'm not going to give this one up. So yeah, this one is going to be a keeper. And I have Inspired Coloring Flowers. This one is a keeper as well. Here is, sorry guys, here's one of my past pictures here that I did upside down by accident. But you can do a lot with these if you, just put some little extra effort in there. Like that was a stamp. Down here were stamps, and I did some sponge painting to it, and the paper took it wonderfully well. So here's another one that I've done. It has all different kinds of stylized flowers, realistic flowers, flower mandalas. So I'm gonna keep that one. Let's see. Now I have the Magic Garden book here. In the beginning of it, my dog is in the way, but you can see I have a ton of collaging things that I was using for my gardening journal. So I'm going to move that out of the way here. I have used this book almost completely for testing things out. Just different mediums and stuff to see what works and what doesn't. But to be honest with you, I don't really like the pictures in here at all. I just don't care for them. So I think it's time to go ahead and let this one go. And put that on my to-go pile. Now we have Inspired Coloring Christmas. Now, I said I wasn't going to split up any sets, but this one here has so many of these tiny little pages, and I don't want to color that anymore, as I have mentioned endlessly. So I'm going to remove my Santa that I did and pass this one on. And we have Inspired Coloring Ocean. So this one has a lot of the small pictures, but it also has some of the, let me pull you up a little bit here. It also has some of these bigger designs, and I found with these, it's nice because you can, add different backgrounds to them and, just do what you want to do in there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this one for a little bit longer, and I can always go back and change my mind later. Now we have Inspired Coloring Travel. I'm definitely going to keep this book. I want to make this book into an actual travel journal where I will color these, not necessarily as the place that it's meant to be, although some of these are, you could make it what you want it, but some of them are definitely, a real place. But like, for example, we have Kings Island, Paramount's Kings Island out here in Ohio. It's an amusement park, and we have an Eiffel Tower replica at the park. So I could do this page and then post in a picture of Kings Island. So I want to make this book, this whole book, a journal of places that I've been, and I'm even thinking about getting it spiral bound so that it will hold more. So that's definitely a keeper. Next up, I have Inspired Coloring Tattoos. Even though this book, it still has the same texture of paper, but the paper is not as thick as the travel and the floral one. I'm still going to keep it because I love the designs in here. I love these splotches of like blue paint that it has. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. Next we have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I do not like this book at all. And all I've done is a little bit of it. But now I have a granddaughter, and I was thinking about doing this book for her. I'm really not sure if I will ever get around to it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it anyway. I don't think I'm going to part with any of Johanna's books, so I'm going to have to keep that one. Next I have this, it's called Beautiful Pictures to Color and Frame, and it looks like this. It's like a pad of pictures, and you can color them and then put them in that front flap like as your frame. There is a lot of pictures in here that I will never color because of just too much detail. Some I started and ruined, like that one. But yeah, that's just way too much detail for me. So I might pull out one or two that I like and then just go ahead and pass the book part on. I think I'm going to keep the outer thing though, because I can slip other pictures in here, like with my clipboard and stuff, and use it when I'm traveling. So it's a kind of a keep and a go. Now I don't have over here my collection of art therapy 100 designs books, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 of them. I'm not going to show you guys those because I show them a lot on my channel, talk about them a lot, and I'm keeping all of those, so they're not over here, just so the video is not too long. But I do have this one. This is the Calming Therapy Anti-Stress book. This was an Ollie's $1.99 purchase. I thought it was going to be similar to the art therapy books because it's the same type of, hardcover and everything. And I love the pictures in here. I love them, but I hate the paper. There's just something about it that it resists. Like, it doesn't, the markers don't look right on it. Pencils have a hard, I tried Prismas in here and I could not get them to like grip onto the paper. And since it's double-sided, you can't use your Sharpie. So I think what I'm going to do is try this with some watercolor. And if it doesn't go well, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on. But for right now, I'm going to put it in the keep and just for testing purposes. Okay, now we have Just Add Color CIRCUS. I wanted this book because when I was a kid, one of my earliest memories is going to the circus, but I don't really care for it, to be honest with you. There's a few cute pictures in here, but for the most part, I don't know. It's a little too cutesy for me. But I did color one in here when I was trying to color in everything I owned. Oh, wait. I colored this one, the bears and the globe thingy. And then I also colored this one. So I'll pop these out, put them in my binder, and then pass this one on to whoever or donation. Okay, next up I have Just Add Color Carnival. Pretty sure I'm going to keep this one, even though it's a similar along this. Now my dog's going to scratch and shake the camera. Will you quit? Goofy. Lay down. Similar as the Just Add CIRCUS, but I like the theme a little bit better. The carnival, and also there's these bigger portraits. Some of them are way too detailed for me to do right now. But I think I'm going to hold on to it for just a bit. I've colored this one in here. This group of people here. And I have colored this one. So, hang on to that for a minute. I have Day of the Dead coloring book. I have colored this one. This one is also very detailed. Excuse me, guys. I mean, some of the pictures are really detailed. You would have to go in there with a fine liner. But I love the pictures so much that I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just not going to do it. Some of these I can watercolor. They are single-sided pages. The ones that are too busy, I don't know. I'll skip them or maybe just color portions of them. But it's just too pretty of a book to get rid of. So I'm keeping it. Okay. Now I have, what is in the middle of this book? Oh, now I have The Day of the Dead by Design Originals. This is Thania McCardle. This one I think is going to go. I'm going to take out what I've already done. But, because some of them are, like, I mean, I said I wanted simple, but some of these are really, really simple. I think you're supposed to maybe add your own extra designs to them or something. But I have a lot of the skull patterns in my skull book. I think I pretty much colored what I liked the best out of here. I do like that one, so I'll probably rip that one out. These are, what do you call it? You know, detachable. But, yeah, the paper is not too hot. And, I did that one. And that one. The paper isn't too great, and, yeah, I just don't, it's not one that I reach for when I'm wanting to color something Day of the Dead. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pass that one on. Next I have Color Cut and Fold Sugar Skulls, another Day of the Dead book. This one is brand new. I have done nothing on this yet. So you paint these, color these with crayons, markers, glitter, glue, whatever your heart desires, and then you cut them out and you fold them up like the diagram here, and it makes these kind of shapes when you're done. So I thought that I would try to get these done before Halloween, and then maybe laminate them or something and put little party lights in there. I thought would be cute. We'll see how it goes, but I'm definitely going to hang on to that since I haven't even tried it yet to see if I like it. Next we have Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlson. This was a gift from the beautiful T, and it's probably one of my favorite books in my whole entire collection. So it's definitely not going anywhere. It is gorgeous. The paper is gorgeous. I haven't done anything in it because it was gifted to me right when my hand started hurting. So the only thing I did was just test out a little bit of, I believe this was watercolor pencil in there. And that's all I have done. So, for sure, keeper. Okay, hopefully we can get through, guys. I have about 10 minutes of filming time. Here we have Magical Jungle, Johanna Basford. I don't need to say much about this. We've all seen this a million times. And as I mentioned, I'm going to keep all of my Johanna books, even though I have so many whips in here. That's okay. Keeping that. Next I have Lost Ocean. Again, we all know what these look like at this point in time. I have done quite a bit in here. I still want to do other things in here, like draw a portrait in the circle ones, and you know, try to finish up some more of these. I went through a whole pack of Stellar Fine Liners in this book. Next we have Secret Garden by Johanna Basford. One of my favorite books by her. Love the beige paper, yellowish paper. So, yeah, definitely keeping this one. Even though my book is falling apart. It has such beautiful pictures in it. Love it. Okay, guys, getting towards the end. Here we have Creative Art Tattoos. So, yeah, this book has a lot of the similar tattoos in the one book that I purged the other day, but it has more that the other one didn't have. And this book is also one-sided. So, I can use whatever I want in here, as opposed to a couple of my other tattoo books. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Did I color anything in here? I started that one. Looks like I didn't finish it. I think I was going to stencil a name in there. And I did this page. I did this all with Dollar Tree products. I believe this picture is on my Instagram. So yeah, I'm going to keep that one. Next up, we have one of my favorite books. Another one of my favorite books. This is Color Odyssey by Chris Garver. My book fell apart, but I love it. It is on my 10 books to finish. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But I have used quite a bit of water media in this book, and it does warp a little bit, but if you go over it with pencils and things, it straightens out some. But I just love the pictures in here. I think this is so beautiful. Just absolutely stunning. And this one I was doing with I believe I started doing this one with Erogatin pencils, and you can see how, vibrant they come out. So yes, that's a keeper. The next book we have is definitely a keeper, since I'm on the watercolor carnival, on the watercolor bandwagon. This is Carnival Escape by Jade Gideon. And this is a watercolor book, so it's meant for watercolor. It does have some pages that have tiny details, but, we do what we can do, and if we make a little bit of a mess, oh well. So this is one I have done in here. I think I used watercolor pencils on that one, and I enjoyed myself, and I like this book, so definitely keeping that one. My last two, guys, oh my gosh, thank you so much for those of you who stuck with me through the bad lighting, the phone cutting off, and me dropping the phone. You guys are troopers. So my last two are the coloring book projects 1 and 2. These are collections of tattoo artists' art. There's some tattoos in here pictures in here that I adore. There's some in here that I will never color. But for the most part, I think these are some of the coolest books I have ever seen. If you like tattoo art, this might be right up your alley. And there's so many pictures in here. There's over 200 pictures in here. So there's so many pictures in here that if you want to use your markers and sacrifice a page, you're not going to be upset because there's so much art in here. That is part 1, or book 1, coloring book project 1. And then I recently got number 2. This is out of print. This is an expensive book to buy, y'all. It's like 50 or 60 bucks, but I did not pay that. So if you're interested in these, look around on your used sites and stuff. This one was used. There's nothing colored in here, but it's beat up a little bit. So, but yeah, I had to have it because this one has even more than 200, and it has so much art. And I look at the artist's name. Look at the bottom here. When I'm on my Instagram, if I like their picture, I look up their name on Instagram, and then follow their page, and I get to even see even more beautiful tattoo art. So yeah, this one I have not broken yet, but it's just so cool. So let me know if you would like to see a flip through of any of these books that I have shown, any of the ones that are in my keep pile anyway. I'd be glad to do that for you guys. But having said that, I think we are done. Yes, we are done now with the book section of my purge. Next, we will be purging art supplies. So I will see you back here for that part of the series probably sometime next week. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me, guys, and helping me purge. Have a great day. Bye.